Everything's happening at once. Everything is happening all at once. The good times. Javi Baez is now a Met. Craig Kimbrel is now a White Sox. Craziness abound. Welcome to the MLB trade deadline Shitstravaganza. I am another dude in a different hotel room. I was literally trying to get some sun. As you can see, I don't really get tan. I get very, very red. It's not good. It is absolutely not good. But for each and every one of you, welcome. Welcome all. The good times. We have some stuff to talk about really quickly. A couple trades came down in about the last 15 minutes. Craig Kimbrel is now a White Sox. He is now part of a 1-2 combination with Liam Hendriks. Hopefully Tony La Russa doesn't screw it up. Nick Madrigal is going in that trade with Cody Hauer. So let's take a look at Cody Hauer real quick. He hasn't really done too well, but very young, 24, has upside. So somebody who can be easily replaced by, say, a Craig Kimbrel. Nick Madrigal's out for the year, but he was one of the top prospects. You're getting your second baseman of the future, so really you want a guy who was having issues. I mean, a couple of years ago. But look at Madrigal. He's gold. Nothing you can do there. I mean, I'm stunned they got Madrigal out of that. Completely stunned. But now a big one. Javi Baez is going to the New York Mets. We do not know the return yet. Josh Harrison and Yan Gomes are going to the A's. So Harrison's been okay. Let me look up Josh Harrison real quick. Or old Jay Hay, super utility guy. He'll probably do well for them. But I think he's been okay, but nothing per se. And why are they showing Yermin Mercedes? I did not want Yermin Mercedes. This thing be weird. But welcome. Welcome each and every one of you guys. Glad you can make it on. Take a look here. Some people are saying Kris Bryant to Philly. Jeff Bassan, no, you're not getting Kris Bryant to the Giants. Stop. I know the internet's bad because I'm in a hotel room right now. My audio's glitching, you said? Hold on, let me try one thing here. How about now? Is everything better? I had to turn down my music. Maybe there's an issue there. Everything sounding better now? Let me actually check something real quick. Check. Okay. Sorry, because sometimes my headphones are jacking up everything, so that might have had an issue right there. But yes, the big thing right now, the Cubs are blowing it up. The Cubs are absolutely blowing it up. I do not blame them. Well, I look fit because I'm probably leaning in. That's all it is. Like if I lean back, it looks like I'm a little bit, but like I do not look good. I'm in vacation form right now, dude. Yes, the Cubs are definitely nuking their core. They're absolutely. No, Passan thing did not happen. No, that's not Raycons. Those are not Raycons. I actually these are Sony's. So that's probably why. They're older headphones. That's probably why they're doing it up. I didn't bring my Raycons. I forgot to bring them. Carter, with the Tigers, there's still an hour to go. It's way too early to tell. If they do anything, they probably trade maybe Scope while he's at top value. Yankees hate the Yankees, dude. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. They're not breaking any rules, and neither are the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they are printing money right now. That's all it is. But we're getting some big news. Travis Herco, thank you, by the way, brother. Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy to the Phillies. Ooh, Kyle Gibson. Are the Rangers paying his salary like Joey Gallo? There are a couple other trades we have to talk about as well. So we'll have to talk about Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. They're going to the Dodgers after the Padres were linked towards Scherzer. Max Scherzer is gone. Kyle Schwarber is going to the Nationals. Anthony Rizzo is going to the Yankees. Hudson is going, the reliever, I forget his name, Daniel Hudson. He's going to the Padres. The Nationals are dismantling their championship team, even though they're old, they're doing the right thing. The Cubs are dismantling their old core, the championship team. Actually, the Tigers did do something. They traded Daniel Norris. Jose Barrios is going to the Blue Jays, so the Twins are starting to dismantle. Eddie Rosario is going to the Braves. Eduardo Escobar, I think, got traded to the Brewers. So there is a lot. Joey Gallo going to the Yankees. There is a ton going on right now that we need to dissect. And probably more later on in sports ball as well, but there is a lot. No, I did not lean. But guys, welcome. Welcome each and every one of you. I'm surprised I got 1,000 here already. I mean, a lot of craziness, but let me actually do one thing. I didn't realize I didn't have this up. I got my ugly face in. Let me zoom in right there. Better. Because I thought I had this on the whole time, but I have not. So you have to see my ugly, ugly face. And nobody wants to see that. Yeah, I've got a lot going on right here. But in the meantime, the Tigers, I mean, they did trade Daniel Norris. So there is that. The Sox are getting they're getting Craig Kimbrel. So Craig Kimbrel is now a White Sox. That has been the big news about the last couple of days. Yanks are retooling. I think it's more redundant, but they are trying to exercise that left field porch. So they did need a first baseman because Luke Voigt has been struggling. So I get the Rizzo trade there. The thing with Gallo is he's kind of redundant with Judge and Stanton, but I mean, I guess you can use him for left field and then specialty situations, so definitely makes sense. Yes, Maeda is on the block. The Twins are trying to blow it up. So Buxton, I'm hearing, might be rumored there. There's also a rumor about Josh Donaldson that's been around for a few years. So, yeah, definitely. I'm sad about Izzy. Yeah, I know I'm unstable. Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's an issue. I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. So if things are pretty shitty, it's definitely understandable. That's why. I'm sorry. Look what they did to my Indians. Look how they massacred my boy. Well, Odin, with the Dodgers, they're having issues with Trevor Bauer. That's why they got Scherzer. Trey Turner, I mean, you can use him at second base, shortstop. So that's going to be your thing there. So that's why they acquired both. That's why. But yes, Ian Kennedy and Kyle Gibson are going to the Phillies. Kyle Gibson is a really nice get, by the way. Caleb, yes, I believe they do trade Kris Bryant because Bryant and the Cubs brass have been having issues for a while. And if you're going to dismantle, Bryant's going to get you a huge thing. But Rich Rod going to the Phillies, I think Rich Rod is going to be a piece. He's the one piece the Pirates still have to move. They have done a couple other things there. The Orioles game was nice, man. I appreciate your concern. I actually did meet somebody who watched my work there. I kind of probably was standoffish, so if you're watching, dude, I'm absolutely sorry. I'm just terrible at like interactions. So, but it was a great game. We were like I think a few rows away from home plate. It's a good time, man. I appreciate it. No, Nick, the Pirates are not trading Brian Reynolds. That is not happening. There is no way that the Pirates are trading Brian Reynolds. He's part of the future core. But yes, a couple big moves. Kyle Schwarber, who was hitting dongs throughout June, is now a member of the Boston Red Sox. He got traded for something very briefly. I think it was Aldo Ramirez. So he's Class A, very low starter, so it's long-term for them. He's a free agent at the end of the year, so he'll probably get a long-term deal with the year he's had. Like, he's been incredible. Just say that. The Yankees acquiring Anthony Rizzo to fill their first base hole, so that's actually not a bad deal. I mean, they traded Alex Vizcaino and Kevin Alcantara, so lower A-ball prospects could be something long-term there. But I did, in that regard, yes, Yankees, I think the Cubs are paying a majority of that salary, same as the Rangers are paying a decent bit of Gallo's remaining salary. So that's why like they added prospects in that regard. I know like Rangers went for bulk in their return. So yes, Gallo is a Ranger. So that's the main thing. I think the big lefty pitcher hitter they had was Brett Gardner, and he has not been doing that much. But yes, Voit had issues. LeMahieu's regressed, so the Yankees are trying, but I think their issue I'd say was bullpen. And the only piece they got there was Clay Holmes, and I don't know if that's going to be the piece that's going to get them over the top. So I'm not sure. We still have a few pieces left to go. We've got 50 minutes left till the deadline. Yes, we still have Trevor Story still available. John Gray, that was a linked rumor, but I think with Javi Baez going to the Mets, I think that's now off the table. Anything up on socials? Yes, Baez. Nothing on the returns just yet. You see, oh, here we go. Bob Nightingale is now reporting that the Yankees are getting Kris Bryant. Whew. Well, let's hope that's wrong. Yeah, the Twins are in agreement to acquire John Gant from the St. Louis Cardinals. Spencer Howard is going to the Rangers. So he has two other prospects. So let's look up Spencer Howard real quick. So maybe they're getting something decent. Spencer Howard, pitcher. Is he a top prospect? Yes, he was a top prospect. So yes, they are getting a top 100 prospect. So at the very least, they're getting someone really solid who can build for the future. And that's not bad for 1 year of Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson has been really damn strong. Like, he's had an incredible year. Like, this is like Mike Minor a couple of years ago in 2019. Like, he is just lights out. He's an all-star this year. Like, normally, like in Minnesota, he did nothing below like a 3.5. Now he's at like a 2.87. His FIP is the best it's ever been. Strikeout to walk ratio is really strong. Like his whip is very low, so like his Ks per nine is relatively consistent. His walks per nine's decreased a bit. Hits per nine is at the lowest it's ever been. Home runs per nine lower than 2. So there is a lot of good that Kyle Gibson can do for Philly. And I think that's a typical Dombrowski move. They're really trying to push towards that regard. Bryant's fake, so it is fake. Spencer Howard also, you have to remember that that he's a top prospect, so that's really how it is. All right. 1 second here. Give me. I did want to say something as well. Yeah, there's somebody there. No, Tatis Jr. is not going to the Diamondbacks. Stop it. But in that regard, yeah, no one wants to see my ugly face. Yes, Jay Happ is apparently going to the Cardinals. Okay, let's take a look. Yep, Jay Happ is going to the Cardinals for Gant. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm just yeah, apparently Bryant is not. Sorry, I'm getting bad, but sorry. I got fooled by Bob Nightingale. Bob Nightingale reported it, so that's why we're hearing about that. But yes, Jay Happ, the rumor trade there is Evan Sisk and John Gant. So John Gant is now a St. Louis Cardinal in the meantime. Let's look up John Gant real quick. Let's move this up. John Gant's actually had a decent season, so I mean, is he going to be a free agent soon? He's already eligible. He's a free agent next year. So Jay Happ has had a really rough year, if I remember correctly. Like, he's still, he still has that reputation, but you're looking at a 38-year-old guy who's been really ghastly. I don't know what the Cardinals are doing here. I would rather have Gant. Unless you're getting like 2015 Jay Happ that like revolutionizes his career and becomes a high commodity. I don't know why you do that. I really don't. So I could not telling you. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Yep, Daniel Norris going to the Tigers, Gallo and Rizzo. No, Kris Bryant is not confirmed. That is a fake rumor, unfortunately. Bob Nightingale got fucked up, and I saw Nightingale's tweet, and I thought, oh, shit. I'll show my face in a few seconds. I just wanted to my girl, it doesn't want to be shown on camera, so I'm not I don't want to respect her rumors for that. So really how it is. But in the meantime, we do have 45 minutes left in this deadline. Let's get a few super chats out of the way real quick. Dylan Philpott for 2, sell the team. Dolan, I absolutely agree. Sell the team. Ryan Irwin for 10, who are the biggest winners and losers so far? Also, what are your thoughts on the Big 12 versus SEC and ESPN situation? Finally, is 5 points panicking yet? 5 points, like, they're overcompensating for grit. Like, the Rangers are, they traded a third-round pick for Ryan Reeves. I'm not going to complain because the Penguins traded a first and Austin Sunfist for him. So, yeah. That's really about it. And there are a lot of fake moves going on here. Mike Trout is not going to Cincy for Eugenio Suarez. Shut up. But, yes, keep going in the meantime here. Do anything else going on? Because it looks like it's not trying to load for me. But Craig Kimbrel, yes, for those of you not in, yep, Twins are including cash in the deal, but I don't know why you trade John Gann. How is Evan Sisk? I mean, he's okay. Like, he's a filler prospect, more a reliever, but I don't know why you trade Gann for Happ. I really don't. Gann has had not Gann. Happ has had an awful year. His FIP is through the roof too, so it's not even the ERA. Like, his FIP has been pretty bad for the last couple of years. So I personally don't know what you're doing. But let's keep going. Daniel Hudson is going to the Nationals. So Hudson has had a really strong year. I mean, the Nationals are dealing with some issues right now, but in the meantime, yes, they are going for that. Daniel Norris is going to the Tigers. So Daniel Norris is more like a filler reliever. He is going for Reese Olson, who hasn't done much either. They also got Eduardo Escobar a couple of days ago. So let me change this up here. Welcome back. But let's keep rolling here in the meantime. I did not say what people are saying. I said it's a fake account. Do not pay attention. But that does sound about right for Jeff Bassan. That definitely sounds about right. People, a lot of fake shit going on, so you got to be careful. Spencer Howard is going in the trade for Cal Gibson and Ian Kennedy. So Ian Kennedy is also going in that trade. Kennedy hasn't been the same, but at the same time, not much there. But anything else going on? Yeah, Twins are including cash in the deal. J-Happ for Grant. The only problem I have is I got to keep reloading everything. Yes, I do have John Heyman up. Sue me. Scherzer Turner mega deal is getting done. The deal's being worked out, and they will be on their way for the 4 prospects. So I think Keeper Ruiz was one. Hosea Gray was another. So a lot of stuff happening there. Trevor Williams is also going with Javi Baez to the Mets. So Trevor Williams, the former Pirate, he's had a bit of a year. But let's actually look, how is Javi Baez doing this year? I mean, Javi Baez, like, he always struck me as a guy who has a lot more talent, but he could be a lot better. He just is very swing happy. Like, he's very, like, a low walk, high strikeout, but he puts up numbers, though. Like, he is a game-changing talent. He's still solid on defense. He can play second base with Lindor. I mean, let's take a look at this Mets lineup right now. Actually, let's go to the Cubs first and change that up. So Rizzo is gone. Sogard's gone. Jock Peterson's been gone. He got traded to the Braves. Kris Bryant's probably going to be gone. So that team is being dismantled right now. I wonder if they trade Hendricks or Davies. Like, Davies has been rumored. Arrieta, he's done. Kimbrel, you got he's traded. Tepera's gone. Chafin's gone. Winkler might be gone. So the Cubs have been struggling, and this is their chance to just they're dismantling right now. With the Mets, though, they are still going for it, even though they've been kind of and they're still with the Phillies and Braves. The Braves have also made a few decent moves. Adam Duvall is coming back from Miami for them. They also brought in Ender Inciarte is cut, but they brought in Jock Peterson, Stephen Vaught. Austin Riley's been hitting solid. Freddie Freeman is their big piece because he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. They brought in a couple relievers too. So there are a lot of moving parts, especially in these next few days, or next 40 minutes, I should say. Anything on the Buxton front? Let's take a look here. Yeah, it looks like, Donaldson and Buxton are being reported. Nothing much there, but Giants are quiet. They remain engaged with the Rockies on Trevor Story. So Story is not traded yet, and they pretty much need to trade him or else the Rockies are just fucked because they are not bringing back Trevor Story. Diego Castillo is now joining the Mariners, by the way, which is a weird move because they traded Kendall Graveman to the Astros a couple days ago. That is really weird. I mean, speaking of that, Seattle Sherm, High Tree, thoughts on the Mariners' move so far? It's confusing. Very confusing. You trade your best reliever in Kendall Graveman for Abraham Toro unless you think he's going to be really good. And then you bring in Diego Castillo. It's like 2-2. They panicked after realizing people flipped out over trading a guy like a Kendall Graveman. And then, okay, let's bring in Diego Castillo. I don't know what else you say. L. Chris for 5. Oh, you missed a certain mascot yesterday for Head and Shoulders yesterday in the Clickbait Sports. It was beautiful. Oh, yeah, I saw it. Don't worry. I saw it. It was beautiful. Chef's kiss. It's fantastic. Suvir Venkatesh for 2 favorite and least favorite ballpark in the MLB. My favorites. One I went to a couple days ago, Camden. Fantastic. PNC's fantastic. What was once Miller Park is very underrated. So Castillo does have 3 more years of control, but at the same time, if you think you're going to go for the playoffs, I don't know, Abraham Toro, that was really all I could say. It's just it's weird though. It's very weird. The only reason I can see Seattle making that trade is they really love Abraham Toro. That's the only thing. They did mention about Marte. Oh, by the way, Starling Marte is now in Oakland A. He is traded for Jesus Luzardo, who is a huge piece for them, by the way. And, I mean, I love Starling Marte. He is a really damn good player. I think he does well in Oakland. Laureano is just he's great defensively. Bat's kind of little iffy. That's all I can say. Cubs are definitely blowing it up. The Nationals are doing the same, too, a little bit. They're doing a hard reset. The Rockies have been blowing it up for a bit. Tom Ricketts shakes down 12-year-old Lakefield child for lunch money. We need the cash. Man, I agree, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Cubs fans got pissed. You do have Nick Madrigal, so you do have a piece for the future, but I don't know. Vince, they did trade Rizzo because he's a free agent at the end of the year, same as Baez and Bryant. And I don't think they want to sign all 3 of them. And I think that shows that 2 of the 3 are gone. And Bryant is the one I thought they were definitely going to trade just because of they're having issues with management there. So I don't know. No, Nick, nothing on Story yet. There are still rumors that his price is too high. Chase Field. I have never been to Chase, I don't think. So I've never been to either of those yet. Definitely a seller's market. There are a lot of big arms races. Dodgers, Yankees, Padres, Red Sox, White Sox. Astros have really bolstered their bullpen as well with a couple really good deals in Graveman and Jimmy. As well, Yimi Garcia. Sorry. So the Marlins have done pretty well so far. They did have to sell a few pieces. I don't know what they got for Duvall. Jesus Luzardo could be really good if he ever reaches his upside. He has stalled out. So you got to be careful. It's a gamble there, but at the same time, they were not keeping Marte. So it's not too bad. They did get a little bit there. And that's the thing, though, with Luzardo. I mean, you're getting a former top prospect. And I think with that piece, they'd rather take that gamble and see, like, okay, if we can get him to where he is, he could be our next top flight starter. That's what Miami's thinking right now. And I don't blame them for thinking like that. Like, you got to hit the home, you got to try swinging for the fences. Turk, for the White Sox, like, I love the Kimbrel, but I do not agree with trading Madrigal. Like, I think there's that's going to be the issue right now. So, like, it's rough. Like, I like Madrigal. I think it's a really solid move, even though he's out for the year. He's your leadoff hitter for the next 5 years. Phillies, they have made some moves. They have traded for Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy. They traded Spencer. I forget his last name. I'm drawing a blank. What's his name? But yes, Trevor Story is updated there. What am I looking for? Yeah. Spencer Howard. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. I'm very bad with names, and I should be put to head in shame. But yes, we do have the return for Gomes and Harrison. Drew Millis, Seth Schumann, and Richard Gouache, a trio of prospects. So actually, let me look up these guys real quick. If any of you are familiar with the ACE system, how are these guys? Are they relatively decent, or for Washington, or are they kind of eh? Let's look this up real quick here. Drew Millis. But while I wait for this to load, let's take care of a few more things. This is definitely a loving stream. Jacob Hendricks for 5 Canadian. Thoughts on the Blue Jays trades for Hand and Barrios? They needed bullpen help. Brad Hand is not the same Brad Hand he was in San Diego, but he's still really good, and they need a guy to complement Jordan Romero. Jose Barrios is a great piece for the next year and a half, because I feel like next year they're going to try and really push, especially with like Hyunjin Ryu and a couple other guys really coming in, Alek Manoah as well. And I feel like that's going to be the year they're going to try to really push for that playoff spot. So I like the trade of Barrios, depends on their return, but I mean, they did give up a decent bit, but it's not anything like game changing. So I definitely I don't mind the deals for the Blue Jays. A 305 Century for 5. I don't get why Miami traded a top 5 NL RBI player. You're talking about Duvall. The problem is with Miami is they are just in the dumps. They are in a rough situation. Drew Millis, by the way, is a catcher in high A. He's doing okay. Does have some pedigree, but he's not like anything I would say that's absolutely incredible per se. Let's look up Seth Schumann real quick. Well, let's look up the Miami Marlins. They're 44 and 58. They should be a lot better because of their run differential. They are a lot stronger. They're 4 runs over, and yet they're 51 and 51. So Adam Duvall is now gone. Jesus Aguilar might be a trade chip as well. But Marte got traded yesterday. It's pretty solid. Dickerson, I think, got traded as well. They've been having issues. They've been having a lot of trouble consistency. They have a really strong starting lineup, or starting rotation, and like a pitching rotation. They just have not gotten the bats, and they've had a lot of bad luck, and I think that's why they're shipping off pieces. And unfortunately, it makes sense because you are going 44 and 58. And last year was a bit of a fluke, but at the same time, it is a situation where, I mean, you have to get what you can. And if there's a market for it, you have to make the trades. So we are now at officially a half hour left until the deadline is over. And we are getting a little bit of the fun, happy, fun times here. Any updates on our old friend Kris Bryant? No, nothing yet. A lot of people talking to going off about Kris Bryant. A lot of people complaining. Anthony Rizzo and Baez. Yeah, I think I still say Bryant is moved, but that is what it is. Man, Passan is flipping out. Whew. Yeah. Like he's talking about just like how people are saying it's fake. But yeah, that's Bryant. Scherzer to Turner for the Dodgers deal is now official. So for those of you who are wondering, they are absolutely official. I don't know, man. I wouldn't say Bryant's staying. You got to be careful. Baez, like it depends on the return. I don't know what the return is, but yes, Scherzer Turner deal is official. I don't know if Baez is staying, man. I mean, he's having issues with management. Kabobs, I agree with you. The Cubs did need to sell like they did because they weren't going to win. They weren't going to keep everyone around. You might as well get assets. Gamer, the rumor is from the Angels is they are looking at potentially trading Rizzo and Grace. Like the Angels are very frustrating, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to make any buy-in moves just because the AL is just so stacked. There is no way, unfortunately. So I do not blame them. The Twins, they have gotten a couple decent ones. They did get a good replacement for Happ and John Gant. I think he'll do well there. But yes, the Braves did get Adam Duvall back. He is now officially a Brave. Again, I should say. The Yankees, they are trying to think they are still competitive, and they're also trying to look for next year. I think they try and make a contract offer to Rizzo, and they're also trying to even out their lineup. They're very right-heavy. That's how it is. Yeah, I got a Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, from the all right. Yeah, I'm sorry, my things keep cutting in and out. It's that hotel Wi-Fi. So that's really nothing on the Pirates yet. The only thing I think they have to do is trade Rich Rodriguez. They have traded a couple other guys. Clay Holmes, I'm surprised they got stuff for. They got the best hitter in AAA in Hoyjun Park, even though I don't think like he's going to do that in the majors. Like that's insane. Adam Frazier was traded for I think a fair return. Tucupita Maracano. I think I probably butchered that name. Like he's 21. He's holding his own to AAA. He's gotten a couple of guys there. So I think that's a decent trade. Tyler Anderson got a couple decent prospects as well. So that's really all it is. They still have a couple more pieces to trade. So don't worry, Matthew. There's still plenty of time there. They want Baez because they think they can pit him on second base, and then they'll move. I'm guessing they move McNeil to third, or they're putting Baez at third. I mean, that would make sense putting Lindor at short, Baez at second, and McNeil at third. Unless they want to throw McNeil in the outfield, which is really weird, but that would be my guess. Scherzer Turner trade is now official. It has been official. Do the Brewers make any more moves? I mean, they have the pitching staff that's set. Unless they want to get another middle reliever or like another bench bat, I think they're set. But I'm not entirely sure just yet. Yep, Lindor is injured as well. Is probably going to be – come on. Yeah, Trey Turner is probably going to be playing second base. So to go with Kyle Seager – or Corey Seager. Sorry, I keep screwing them up. I don't know why. But I would say like that's probably going to be your situation there. And then second base, you can move Turner around the infield, and you can move Chris Taylor around the infield as well. Kimbrel, White Sox pay way too much. Losing Madrigal is huge, even though he's out. They are really looking short-sighted there. So I do not like that trade, even though Kimbrel has been lights out this year. Like losing Madrigal is huge. I mean, they're going to have to replace that second base hole, and it's not going to be Cesar Hernandez. Who wants Bryant? His contract is that's what I mean. That's the only reason why like they're going to trade him. Like his contract's up. That's really about it. But no, the Padres, like they're not giving up. Like the Padres are going to keep being what they are because like they are in an arms race with the Dodgers. And I mean, they have had issues really getting to that next level, but they're going to be around for a bit. But let's see what else is going on. It looks like things are pretty quiet right now, But remember, there's going to be a couple other trades that happen in the next couple, like probably a half hour after. They're going to slowly trickle in. So we're at the home stretch right now. 25 minutes left. Surprised I have about 2,000 people here. So thank you all for joining me in the meantime. Dodgers, Padres, bring back Max. Richard Rodriguez trade? I hope so. I mean, it'd be wise for the Pirates to sell high on him right now, unless they're demanding too much. Well, I mean, the Padres do lack chemistry because they acquired a lot of pieces over the past year and a half, 2 years. And it takes a while for that to really blend in. I mean, especially, their pitching staff is really strong, besides Blake Snell really struggling. Paddock's had a down year. But at the same time, Hosmer's been a bit down. But they are, really loaded. I absolutely agree. No, we're not trading Brian Hayes for the next 3 or 4 years. Relax. The Pirates are not trading him until then. So we are all absolutely good. Cody, I think if I were to guess, I think Schwarber's a DH. Schwarber's probably a DH, if that is my guess. What are my Cardinals doing? Yeah, I don't get it either. If you didn't trade John Gant, maybe you see him as a buy low candidate, but I'd rather have Gant than Happ right now. I do not understand it. Let's take a look here. Travis Herco, yep. Gibson and Kennedy to the Phillies. I agree, Herco. Thank you. Corey Green, the White Sox best pitching staff in baseball. No. That goes to the Brewers. They are loaded right now. Abso-fucking-loaded. So I absolutely don't agree with the Whites are going to be my reports, or at least what I believe. Let's take a look here. Rays are eyeing Bryant and Kimbrel. That's a little late because Kimbrel's already gone. Twins are shopping Buxton, Donaldson, and Maeda. So those are the three things. They might be moved, but we will absolutely see. Dude, if Buxton gets moved, that would be insane. I think somebody bites. Maeda, you might get something. Kris Bryant is now considered for the Tampa Bay Rays. And would Luke Voit get traded for pitching help? Maybe, but who would you trade? Voit doesn't have much value right now because he's having a really down year. And Whit Merrifield is apparently staying in Kansas City, but is Whit Merrifield going to be good for the Royals by the time? I don't think that's the right move. I think they should have sold him maybe a year or two ago, but that's just me. Merrifield is 32. And Schumann is pretty solid, but your hitting starts to he originally had tremendous great. Oh, and okay, we're back. As I said, I'm sorry that everything keeps cutting out. I'm on wonderful hotel Wi-Fi. So I absolutely apologize for how everything is such shit. I told you this is why I was going to be limited. Yeah, Whit Merrifield's 32. He's going to be 33 at the start of next season. He's still pretty solid. I think you can get great value for him. He does have a bit of an extension. He does have a few years next year, but he does have a team option. So I think he's the peak value right now. I don't know if you're going to get much higher unless you trade him in the offseason. So I do not agree with keeping Merrifield, to be honest with you right now. But things can change over time, at least. So there is still plenty of time to go on. Anything else going on in the world of sports right now? Let's see. The Mets are talking to the Twins again. They are not resigned to being done. So I think the Mets may make some more moves. Jeff Passan made a plea on national TV for no more fake Twitter accounts. Passan. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, there are a lot of people that are going to be flipping out over that. So I do not have an issue with that whatsoever. I mean, that shit's annoying. So that's why, like, you got Bob Nightingale getting fooled by the likes of Kris Bryant going to the Yankees. Even though Kris Bryant might go to the Yankees, I mean, there's still plenty of time. Anything else? Yeah, the Giant. I don't know what the Giants are thinking right now. They could use another extra bat unless like they think like this is a mirage. I'm not sure, but yes, the final trade is in for Gibson and Kennedy, Spencer Howard, Kevin Gowdy, and Josh Gessner. So a couple other prospects. Pete Crow Armstrong, the Mets' #5 prospect, is going to the Cubs. Well, let's look him up real quick. Are we getting anything? I know he's the Mets' #5 prospect. I don't know how really deep their pool is. He was their first round pick a couple years ago. He is having a strong start. So once again, he's going to be a couple years before you see an impact from him in the majors. So once again, plenty of time in that regard. Cubs fans liver going to shit. It has been a really strong deadline. I think it's been pretty good. This Cubs fans liver's going to shit. Oh, just you wait until they trade Bryant, dude. Just you wait. Story to Chicago, maybe the White Sox. I'm not sure, but I mean, I don't know. Like, what would you give up for that? I mean, you probably. Well, once again, AJ, you do have to mention with the Yankees and the Dodgers, there is an issue. Like, they're not violating any rules. Like, there's no limitation on what their salaries are or what they're doing or anything of that regard. Like, if don't hate the player, hate the game. That's always been my thinking. And there is probably going to be a work stoppage. And I think that's why a bunch of people are going to start loading up. But I think, like, that's why I don't really complain. I mean, it does suck, but the team I root for is garbage. And they're going to be garbage. They're still selling. Dude, I mean, I hope so. Once again, we have a little under 20 minutes until the deadline is officially closed. Do the Cards have a shot at the playoffs if they get their pitching in order? That's the only thing I would say. Jorge, yes, the Max and Trey Turner trade is now official. It is absolutely official. Yes. Yep, we've got plenty going on right now. I'm always getting confused with where I am in the meeting. The Rammers line for 2,500 Costa Rican cologne. Salutations from a very warm Costa Rican beach tree. Definitely, man. I was on the beach earlier today. I mean, I got a little red. I don't tan. The sun and I have a very antagonistic relationship, unfortunately. Thoughts on whatever the hell the Yanks are doing? Well, they are trying to think of themselves as competitive. Their idea was never actually trying to dismantle, rebuild. It's trying to throw money at everything. And the problem is, there's an issue with the Yanks. Like, they are trying to fix their hitting issues, even though their issue has been bullpen. So I don't know. I don't know. Tucker White 94. The Dodgers rotation makes a strong case for CAP, but that is incredible. But I mean, if you're looking at that rotation right now, if you somehow get Trevor Bauer back, you're rolling a lineup with, Walker Buehler, Clayton Keller, Julio Urias, Max Scherzer, and maybe Bauer. Dear God, that is a murderous row. I don't know how you – like, the only thing that's stopping that is Dave Roberts. That is literally the only thing that is stopping that hitting or that pitching rotation. And Tony Gonsolin, too. Like, I mean, I call them Tampa Bay with money for a reason. Like, they are fucking loaded. And there's literally, like, no other option. Like, if they have an injury or an issue, they just fix it. Like, I can see them, like, they're probably going, like, shortstop because Lux has had issues. And that absolutely makes sense because I forgot Seager was out. So he'll probably be back before the end of the season, if I remember correctly. But that's why they brought in Trey Turner, because this is what they do. They're really good at, like, doing stuff like this. And I do not blame them whatsoever. Is there anything else up on the board just yet? Yeah, that's a fake. John Morosi is Horner and Madrigal. Yeah, but Madrigal is on the Cubs. Phil Matone is apparently going to Houston for Miles Straw. So that is a bit of a move right there, if that is the case. The Astros have been loading up their bullpen. Like they are going for a big run, and Matone is another bullpen piece. Like his ERA is it's high, but look at his FIP. Like it's been very strong the last couple of years. I think he was involved in that. No, he was traded for bonus money. My bad. I thought he was part of the Simber and Hand trade a couple years ago, but I guess not. So Miles Straw is apparently going the other way there. And Straw's been okay, but he hasn't really etched out a piece. And, I mean, Straw's decent. Like, he's more of, a defensive type. He'll really blend in Cleveland's lineup, but I don't know if, he's an excess good. I mean, that's why they traded Toro. That's why they traded a couple other guys. So that's why you have that issue right there. Yeah, it looks like Matone. Andrew Heaney is being acquired by the New York Yankees from the Los Angeles Angels. So the Angels have made a trade. Andrew Heaney is now a New York Yankee, and they needed a bullpen help, especially left-handed. So that absolutely makes sense. I mean, unless Heaney is hot garbage, that should not be a bad deal whatsoever for our friends in the Bronx. Yeah, I mean, his ERA is very high, but the defense is really bad. And look at his FIP is much stronger. There's a differential of about 1.22, so there is something there. This is like insurance. Like this is like a bottom of the rotation guy. You're probably trading for, say, a prospect or two. Like not much. Maybe lower grade prospects. You're not trading that much. This is more a bolstering deal. So absolutely makes sense for the Yankees to make this deal. But we will keep up in the meantime. We have about 13 minutes left on the clock until the end of the deadline, and then there are going to be things that trickle in. So there's still plenty of time. So even though it may be 4, it does not mean this ends. There's more that's coming along the line, and then everything has to process through Major League Baseball, and then they're announced. The same thing happens in hockey deadlines and the sort like that. Remember, a couple of years ago, it was after 4 o'clock that we received word of Zach Greinke being traded to the Astros. So that is really what it is. The Giants have been very quiet. The couple big players still on the board: Buxton, Story, Bryant. There is Josh Donaldson, and Maeda is apparently on the board. There's Rich Rodriguez that's on the board. Raisel Iglesias. There are a couple players still in play, and there might be a few surprises as well. So there is plenty to go on right now, and that is really about it. I did talk about the Twins trade. I talked about J. Happ going to St. Louis, and also Jose Barrios is going to Toronto. So I think they're doing what they have to do, and it does suck, but their core has not materialized. Their team is very old, especially in the pitching core, and they should keep going. I mean, especially because, Barrios was that pitching core. He was the youngest part of it, and they have to blow it up. There's no choice. You might as well bring in your Royce Lewis's, your Alex Kirilloffs, those like that, and then let them gestate, because your old core has not brought you anywhere. If the Astros go after Buxton, they're probably involving a package with Forrest Whitley and then maybe a few other guys. Even if Whitley is not at full strength, I think he's a piece of that return. That does make sense. But I'm trying to think. I don't know. Center field would probably be the issue. No. The Angels are not the Pirates of the AL. The Angels spend money, so that is not it. Josh Harrelson and Young Gomes. Reggie Fils-Aimé to the Mariners. His body is ready. You remember that one? That was good stuff. 10 minutes left until the deadline. 2,100 people somehow here for this garbage. I appreciate all of you. got some good stuff coming along here. All the good stuff. Austin Martin is part of the return for Barrios. Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, dear. Jeff Passan is going to he's going to be a very pissed off man. Yeah, he is just like, he is baiting them. Tough scene. Man, he is going to get himself suspended again. But yes, he is going to part with relief pitching. Yep, we do have a confirmation. Phil Maton is going for Miles Straw. I mean, maybe Maton does better in Houston. I don't know. Maybe it's more of a middle relief, but Miles Straw was more of an excess, I guess. He's like, you could take him or leave him. He's not bad, but at the same time, like, he'll have more use in Cleveland than he would in, say, a Houston, where they're absolutely loaded. William McGregor for 5. Tigers are total legit contenders. Should be buying. No. The AL's too loaded for them to go right now. I think they should stay the course and maybe sell up a few pieces. They're not ready yet. Alex Moreno for 5. Hardy Arbol. LA sports trades are back and more toxic than ever. Also, how's B-More? Hopefully you didn't encounter the hoods. Also, Ken says hi. Hi. What's up, Ken? LA sports trades are back. And yes, the Lakers somehow got more unlikable by acquiring Russell Westbrook. So, yeah. They're trying to everyone's saying the NBA's fucked. It's too early for that. But we will see. Ruben, MLB has confirmed the Scherzer trade. They have confirmed it. Matthew Pineda for 5. How about the Phillies coming back from 7-0 yesterday? Dude, I think it was the Nationals they beat. So, I mean, the Phillies do have hitting talent. You do have to consider that. It's, that's why the Nationals are selling, and I don't blame them. Shafro for 2. As a Cubs fan, I'm crying today. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, these are the pieces of your 2016 core. It's over, and you're going to have to start resetting. Bryant might be your next piece. King Burger for 2. Why won't the Rockies management trade Story? Why won't they trade Story? It's simple. They're demanding too much. If they don't trade him, that is a huge failure because he is leaving for nothing. And that is like, that should get them shit on regardless. They have to take whatever they can. Even if it's less, they are not keeping Trevor Story. I mean, they might be able to, like, get a draft pick out of it, but that's it. Like, that's embarrassing. Tim McLaughlin for 5. David Krejci is officially retired from the NHL and will be heading back to the Czech Republic. Favorite memory is his pass to Horton Game 7 versus Habs. It does suck. Krejci was a hell of a player, and it absolutely farewell to him. I hope he does well in the Czech Republic. He'll probably be there for the next 4 or 5 years. It's like a Datsyuk. Like, he's accomplished everything he wants to. He's going back. But we will keep going here in the meantime. We do have about 3:53. Is this confirmed? Is this a real Jeff Passan? Come on. Jeff. Say it's real. Please say this is a real Jeff Passan, and I'm not faking, because there is a link saying that apparently Kris Bryant is now a member of the Giants. Yep, it is confirmed. Sources saying that Kris Bryant is now going to San Fran. Cubs, your core is gone. I am so sorry. Let me put on some sad music for our old friends in San Francisco. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for our old friends in Chicago. Their team is fucked. Kris Bryant gone. Frank Kimbrel gone. Anthony Rizzo gone. And Javi Baez gone. Your core from 2016 is done. Arrieta and his old ass will still be there, but it is not the same. Everything is bad. I mean, you're pretty shit, but I mean, that is your championship team. I completely understand when things get dismantled. We've had to deal, I mean, I'm going to have to deal with it with the Penguins. I mean, I dealt with it with the Pirates. It's inevitable. You got a championship. Cleveland choked. And unfortunately, that's the end. I'm so sorry, boys. Yes, Hendricks is still there, but it wouldn't shock me if he's traded. It would not shock me one bit. Boys, farewell. 5 minutes left until the deadline. Our poor friends in Chicago are now melting away into snow. All of their players are gone. They are all gone. So sorry. But in other news, John Curtis is being traded to Milwaukee for Peyton Henry. So that is another thing. Yep. Here we go. San Francisco Giants are in agreement on a deal to acquire Kris Bryant from ESPN. So there is more coming. There is 8 minutes to trade for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The catcher that Miami acquired was the number 19 prospect in Milwaukee's system. So there is a lot going on. Shillhart, 1789 for 5 with the Pirates traded Brian Hayes. Yet that would be a Pirates move. Trade all your best players for no reason at all for crappy prospects. You give it 3 years. Then we trade Brian Hayes. Connor Thompson. I got to move up here. I'm already falling behind. I am so sorry. China buys Pirates tree and thoughts on the Braves. No, China's not buying the Pirates. They would outsource them already. James for 2. Return for Baez is Pete Crow Armstrong. Yep, I saw that. Alex Moreno for 2. Arbol, sing us some depth tones if you know any. No, I'm not singing any depth tones. Sorry, Alex. Too much time for that. Josh Howard for 5. Dayton Moore dealing and staying pat. Otherwise, Sherman needs to fire this man. Yeah, I don't know why they're not trading Merrifield. I really don't. This is a seller's market. They need to do stuff. And I hope the Pirates do trade our good friend in a certain, I hope they do trade a certain person named in Rich Rod. And yes, I am very boring. I completely understand. I'm also in a hotel right now. I am absolutely I absolutely agree with you, dude. I completely agree. I mean, it's pretty bad. I do not blame you for thinking I'm pretty shit. So that's why there are not too many people watching right now. Yeah, I know I should be a lot better and more informative. So I absolutely agree, dude. I'm sorry for being shit. But yeah, 3 more minutes until the official end of the deadline. That one guy you didn't know for 5, Dodgers getting Scherzer and Turner pending physicals. They'll probably still find a way to choke in the postseason. Dave Roberts will find a way to. Don't worry, dude. Golden Hybrid 258 for a clickbait punishment. Grassi should have to do a show with Papa Grassi. I mean, I think he's done it before. So that's what is out. Speaking of the Marlins, apparently Jesus Aguilar has been traded. So I'm not surprised by that. I mean, if the Marlins were trading, I figured Aguilar would be the piece. But yes, it is now confirmed by a lot of people. Farhan Zaidi, there's your move. That is a rental, but it is a big rental. And he will help you out in a ton of ways. Jake Marisnick is going to San Diego, so the Mets no longer have to deal with Jake Marisnick and his struggles. But there are a couple moves left, and it looks like we've got about a minute left. Yep, 1 minute. 1 whole minute. Okay. Yes, update is Trevor Story is still a member of the Rockies. Yep. Bank accounts, and it's a it's pretty annoying. Okay. A Golden Hybrid 258, Xavier Howard to the Steelers. Dude, I wish. Dude, I would love him on the Steelers. Ben Glazer for 5. What do you think of the Yanks stealing Rizzo from the Red Sox? They had to. First base has been an issue for them, and I think that's going to be a sort of a problem for them moving forward. Evan Kramer for 5 of the Giants lost the deadline. Not anymore. Not with Bryant. Justin R. 316 for 5. Cue the crotch punch from Seattle after that trade with Houston. I think they really like Toro. That's the only reason why I think they made that move. And it is a weird move, but it's still all right. Shaban K for 2. Los Angeles have been fleecing DC, Obi to the Kings. No, not at that contract, dude. He's got 5. He's got 5 years left on that deal. And now it is officially 4 o'clock. Deadline has now passed, but that does not mean the trades will stop coming in, because there are trades that are in the MLB system. They still have to be processed. So it'll probably be the next half hour or so when that players are going to keep getting shipped, and we will receive more information. There's still plenty to go on. So there is more like this. Freddie Galvis is going to the Phillies with the Orioles. So Freddie Galvis returning to Philly, where it was pretty trash. I will say that. But yes, Freddie Galvis going back to the Phillies. That is not Byron Buxton to the Phillies. But at the same time, yeah, I see what's going on here. Is Bob Nightingale getting fooled? Kris Bryant not going to the Yankees, man. Yep, Bryant is a Giant. That is your big news of the day. There is no Byron Buxton trade. Byron Buxton is staying with the Twins, which sucks because he would have been fucking awesome. Yes, Byron Buxton is still on the Twins. Any news on Trevor Story? Because that is your big piece. Dude, if the Rockies did not trade Byron Buxton or Trevor Story, they need to be shit on to hell and back. They absolutely need to be shit on. Like, that is the... You are fucking shitting me. Trevor Story is remaining with the Rockies. What the fuck? Why would... See, this is why everyone hates Colorado. You could have gotten so much more for Trevor Story than a couple compensation picks. Like, that is fucking pathetic. And if you're a fan of baseball, you should be angry at that move. Trevor Story is going to waste for the next 2 months when he could be on a legitimate contender just because they thought they could get too much for him. And now you're getting nothing for him or John Gray, and they're both gone. Good job. I hope you're proud. Fuck your organization and fuck your cheap-ass owner. Throw Dick Monfort right into a volcano that is going to emerge from the Yellowstone. And there's my rant for the day. So that's really about it. Playlist for when I'm bored. Kershaw to the Sabres for Jack Eichel. Yeah, that sucks. Gray sucks for 5. Fun fact, Abraham Toro is the only player in MLB history to hit home runs in consecutive games, both for and against the same team. Dude, I agree. But in the meantime, I'll make a move for... I'm going to play a song for our friends in Colorado, because this is how they work. Fucking clown music, because that's what they are, a bunch of goddamn motherfucking clowns. Congratulations, Colorado, you fucking trash. Roscoe Segal for 2. The Marlins got Alex Jackson for Duvall. Yep, I think I did remember seeing that. Jackson's more like a platoon catcher right now, former first-round pick. That's really about it. But, I mean, that does make sense. That's a decent trade for Atlanta. They can afford not trading Alex Jackson. Evan Kramer for 5. Are my Giants going to be left high and dry if we lost the deadline? Not anymore. Not anymore. You did get Kris Bryant. Zach Lutke for 2 thoughts on the ends of the Cubs score. They had to do it. I mean, it sucks, but all 3 were going to be free agents. They weren't going to sign 3 of them, so not sure. There's nothing on Rich Rod just yet. So nothing on him. I'm hoping he gets traded, but there's nothing just yet. I'll probably release a sports ball on it for the deadline. So I'm not sure if I'm doing NHL first or MLB first, but I'll be doing both. I'll absolutely be doing both. Yeah, the problem is, like, if you wanted to make up the Arenado trade, you needed to add $50 million to that deal. That's the only way, and then get garbage. Nick, there's no more waiver deadline. The waiver deadline's gone, so it's just one straight deadline. So that's why Trevor Story is going to remain on Colorado. That thing is done. Dig Dug, yep. But yeah, I mean that's why they could afford to trade Alex Jackson because he's not doing much. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Voigt's not bad, but at the same time, he's like, eh. Yankees are done trading for Jack Curry. That makes sense. They have done a lot. And I don't know if they're going to do anything, but it's that regard. Rich Rod is apparently staying, so I'm guessing they trade him in the offseason. That does suck. So says Rich Rod was getting ovations from the relief pitcher. Yeah, that does make sense. I figured he was going to be traded. Scope stays with the Tigers, so Jonathan Scope is staying in Detroit for the time being. Luke Voigt is staying. Best trade of the day, I would say, I don't know the return for Kris Bryant just yet. But, best trade. I actually kind of like the Kimbrel trade for Chicago because Nick Madrigal can be really good. I absolutely agree with that. The Tigers didn't sell because they think they can still compete with the core they have. I mean, they have gone on a bit of an idea, but that's like they still think they can do it, and most of their core is young, so there is that too. For regards to these questions, should be a salary cap? Should there be a salary cap? The Players Association would rather die than have a salary cap. The time to add a salary cap was in the early 90s, and that time is not coming, unfortunately. So that is absolutely the right call. And yes, Jordan, I am absolutely trash. I am 100% trash. I should retire. I absolutely agree with you, man. You're a good man. You're a good sport. I definitely thank you for that. One of the players is Joey Bart. Oh, shit. They traded Joey Bart. Dude, if they got Joey Bart, the Cubs make like fucking bandits here. The Padres did trade for a pitcher. They traded for Daniel Hudson to aid their bullpen. So they also, yeah, exactly. They're like the only piece they had to trade was Scope. Like that was the only thing. John Lester to the Cardinals. Okay. John Lester going to the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, here's an interesting one. 10 guys who made the All-Star team were traded. Yeah, that's something, man. There was a lot of trades. Yep, Buxton, Pineda, or Donaldson were not traded. Trevor Story remains. That's pure bullshit. The fact that Trevor Story is not, and I think they're getting fucking buried right now. Yep, sell the team. I agree. Fuck the Rockies. Fuck the Rockies. Fuck the Rockies. The only reason why I'm not tweeting is apparently I am on timeout right now. Because, like, I said some nasty poo-poo things, apparently, and Twitter does not like that. So I would be shit posting right now, but unfortunately that ain't happening. But, dude, the fact that they did not trade Trevor Story for anything is even more damning than because you are not signing him. You are not winning. Yes, the confirmed John Lester is going to the Cardinals, so Lester's had a bit of a rough year, hasn't he? So the Cardinals are trying to get veteranosity in their pitching rotation, yet who are they trading here? Are they trading like one of their top prospects for him? Because John Lester has not been good this year. Like a negative .9 WAR, his FIP has actually been pretty high the last couple of years. He is not the John Lester from that 2016 run. In no way. Like he's washed. John Lester was a great pitcher, not anymore. So unless you're getting him for like a can of peas, that does not make sense. Anything else? Freddie Galvis, Jake Marisnik. Anything else? No. Yep, Bryant first. Let's see here. John Lester. No. Nothing else going on here. Jeremy Smith for 5. Got to talk to Jerry Blevins yesterday. Actually, a pretty cool, humble guy. Yeah, man. They're usually pretty chill for the most part, from what I've seen. Just average dudes. Nothing too crazy. Borelli for 2 thoughts on the A's right now. Will they go for Story? They did get Marte, but I'm guessing Story cost too much, which is still kind of stupid. Like, I don't know why you did that. It's fucking stupid. The Motorcat himself for 501, nothing more than to see Aaron Boone put on a raft and set down the Harlem River ASAP. Yeah, but yeah, Aaron Boone he's trash. LFGM, Be More Ravens Nation for 5 Canadian. Mets might win the division by default, but disappointed that we couldn't get Bryant or a quality starting pitcher at the deadline. Maybe beat Milwaukee, but that's it. Dude, don't throw yourself in, man. DeGrom could carry you to a series win or two. So that's really about it. And are they really saying Lamonte Wade Jr. and Joey Bart for Kris Bryant? Is that right? Dude, if they traded Joey Bart for Kris Bryant, that is fucking insane. Let's look up Joey Bart real quick, because Joey Bart was supposed to be like the wave of the future. Yeah, that's right. For Bart and Wade Jr. Holy shit. I traded Joey Bart. Dude, if you're a Cubs fan, you should be doing fucking cartwheels right now. Joey Bart might be your catcher of the next decade. And I know he's still very young. I know he's having, like, he's still in the minors. He's still developing. But, dude, you traded Joey Bart. And Lamonte Wade's had a decent year, too. So, like, I know he's not, like, anything, like, incredible. Like, he's still on, like, a 1-year deal. But, dude, unless you are re-signing Kris Bryant, I don't know if that trade works out for San Fran in the long run. I really don't. I mean, Kris Bryant's a great player. But they paid way too much. And I don't know if they had a choice. No, Bart is not fake. That was confirmed. Bart has been confirmed by a senior reporter from the San Francisco Actually, wait. Okay, never mind. It is not Joey Bart. It's Caleb Killian and Alex Camargo. Never mind. Well, I look like shit now. That's the problem. Like, it's hard to tell what's fake and what's real. So that is not Bob Night. Like, this is the real Bob Nightingale. This is why I hate doing, like, trade deadline, because, like, it's like really hard to tell what are like the real like insiders and like the fake ones. But yeah, this is the real Bob Nightingale, but he has been fooled before. Alex Canario and Caleb Killian, they are the guys going for Kris Bryant, which is a lot easier to swallow than Joey Bart. Sorry. So it looks like Hansel Robles is going to the Red Sox. Hansel Robles is now a Red Sox by the real Jeff Passan. So he's going for Alex Scherzer. So probably a prospect right now. So that is an update right there. Yes, Robles confirmed by the real Jeff Passan. And Robles had that really bad grand slam he gave up to the Tigers, if I remember correctly, in the 9th, that had them tied and lose the game. So there was always that wonder right there. And anything else in the rumor market? Because there's a lot going down right now. Yep, Bryant, Haney, Gibson and Kennedy, Baez, Kimbrel, Jose Barrios, Rosario, Adam Duvall, Kyle Schwarber, Duffy, Brad Hand, Joey Gallo, Adam Frazier, Dick Mountain going to the Mets, Jose Nelson Cruz a while ago to the Rays as well, Jock Peterson and Stephen Vaught. So there is a lot, there's a lot that's happened. And I mean, it has been a very exciting deadline. The trades are probably going to trickle in for the next couple minutes. But in the meantime, Kenta Maeda is staying put. So he is, the Twins are done trading. So, yes, it has been a very active deadline, especially compared to last year. Last year, the big move was Starling Marte. But now it's that's the regard right there. The Cubs, I don't know if they fleeced the Giants now. I thought they had traded Joey Bart, but I got fooled by another check mark. Yeah, the Cubs are now down to 4 players making more than $5 million. Yeah, they're dismantling, and their owner has always bitched about the luxury tax. So there's some good news. You aren't near the luxury tax now. You're good. So in the meantime, and there's a new team. Jorge Soler is going to the Braves. So we now have an update. Let's look this up. I think they traded a couple guys. I forget who it was, but we will update you in the meantime with the trades for Barrios. They traded Austin Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson. So they got a couple decent prospects in return. Woods Richardson was involved in the Marcus Stroman trade. And Austin Martin, I think, is one of their better ones, if I remember correctly. So there is a lot for a year and a half of Barrios. There's a lot going on there. Jorge Soler is apparently going as well. So there's going to be some trades moving through. Lane Thomas is now going to the Nationals. So Lane Thomas, I don't think he was doing much in but he was still a decent outfielder, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, it's a body. He had a really strong 2019, but otherwise he has not done much. So it was like a can of peas. So there's not much really there, but it's still I don't know if John Lester at this state's really going to help you move the needle to become a playoff team. But, I mean, the Jays, I think they kind of did. But at the same time, I think they still need to compete. They see what the Yankees and the Red Sox are doing, and, we have to do that. No, it's not over. It's over at, you're on the Pacific Coast probably. But the deadline, they can no longer make trades. But what's happening is that the trades that are backlogged from teams moving in the last couple minutes still have to be processed by MLB. And that's why they're coming through there. I think the Cubs did not get fleeced. No. The Cubs had a great deal. I love Madrigal. So I think they're doing that. Jordan Luplow is now going to the Rays. DJ Johnson also going to the Rays. Joaquin Soria going to the Jays. I don't know if they're going to move Corbin because of that contract. It's the same thing why JD Martinez didn't go last year. Corbin's having a really rough year, and that's why they're struggling in that regard. But trades are happening with the Mets. You got Javi Baez, and you also have a Rich Hill from a couple days ago. But Javi Baez is your big move. Jorge Soler is he's probably the replacement for Marcell Ozuna. That's probably what it is. He can play center field. He's more a corner outfield guy, but at the same time, he is who he is. He's okay. Hansel Robles is also going to the Red Sox. Yeah, the Brewers, they needed more bench bats and relievers. And extra relievers, I should say. So in terms of what they did all right. The last couple John Heyman tweets. Okay, let's take a look at the last couple John Heyman tweets. Yep, John Lester going to the Cardinals, Jorge Soler to the Braves, Hansel Robles to the Red Sheet X. Spell check. Mancini and Means are staying with the Orioles. Whit Merrifield is staying with the Royals. don't agree with that either. Mancini, mean, really shit decision. Really shit. Jonathan Scope staying in Detroit, that makes sense. I mean, that was the only piece they really had. So it absolutely makes sense. I know, like, I'm flipping in and out. It's like, that's the problem. Once again, like, my internet keeps popping in and out. So I am back, and that's why everyone's leaving. So I'm still here. My problem is, like, the internet keeps popping out because I'm on shitty hotel Wi-Fi. This is not the internet. This is hotel Wi-Fi. No, dude, I was not bought out by YouTube. You're good there. So in the meantime, I'm probably going to finish up because my stream is it's going to shit. So I will continue on in the meantime with these super chats. The skeptical the skeptical taco for 5, and here are the Angels doing their time-honored tradition of doing absolutely nothing at the deadline. They are probably got nothing. Reality rechecked NA for 5. What did the Tigers need to do to get over the hump? Keep developing prospects, and maybe they need like a star to really get them over because the White Sox are going to be there for a while. The melee call Cobra Jason Thompson. My dad's surprised the Royals haven't moved Whit Merrifield. Same here. Like, I think they're that's rough. Like, I think that's a they're bad. Pre got traded to Twitch. Yeah, this is rough Wi-Fi. Like, I don't blame them. This isn't even Yinzernet. Like, dude, like, this is shit hotel net. So I absolutely agree with that, man. I mean, the Wi-Fi is as good as the Pirates' defense. I absolutely agree with you. That's why I'm probably going to finish up. The Wi-Fi is good as the Pirates defense. Yeah. Will Craig playing Pirates defense. Not heard anything on Zach Davies just yet. So the Rays, they did, Greg, the Rays did do Nelson Cruz. They traded for Nelson Cruz. They also got Jordan Luplow for outfield reserve. So Tony Watson back to the Giants. Interesting. So another Angels reliever goes. Tony Watson returns to the San Francisco Giants. That's not bad. I like Tony Watson. He's still a really solid player, and I have lost a ton of my streamers right now because my internet is going to fucking shit. I'm gonna finish this up real quick. Borelli for 5. What are your thoughts on the A's? Do you think they'll go for Trevor Story? I wish they did, but unfortunately they're not. Mets gas for 5. Mets got Baez. I'm so happy. One more pitcher. I mean, that's not a bad option, but like, Baez should be really solid in that lineup, especially in second base. Nolan Wolf for 5. Never thought Scherzer would sell his soul for a chance in another ring, but here we are. Pots will want blood for this, and I can't wait, dude. Rivalry just got so much more intense by them poaching Max Scherzer. Like, that is a that's a huge deal for both the Padres and the Dodgers. The Padres got one up. Corbin Morphs, will they do more? Oh, they made a huge trade for Jose Barrios. So you got yourself a nice top of the rotation starter. I don't know if they're going to do more. We'll see if, like, things come around in the next couple of that. As I said, like, it keeps popping out, and it's just like it's getting really annoying. Dude, it's a hotel in Ocean City. Like, it's a free Wi-Fi, but at the same time, like, it's I wish like hotel Wi-Fi can get really rough, especially for streaming. It's a free Wi-Fi, so it's probably just like over the top. Oh yeah, Carlos Carrasco is up. This is hotel Wi-Fi, so that's why everything's going to shit right now. Jeff Bridich is the greatest GM in Rocky history. That might not be even be unironic because it's either him, Dan O'Dowd, or someone else. So I don't know what you do there. Yeah, that Ocean City. Bob Nutting brought out Tree's internet provider. I agree. Thoughts on the Nationals moves? They had to blow it up. Like their team was really old, and they need to do a hard reset. And I think this is the way they do it, especially with Soto as your centerpiece. I think they're making the right move. It sucks, but it's the right move. Yeah, Wentz is out for the preseason. That fucking sucks. Like, that is brutal. Like, Carson Wentz cannot catch a fucking break. It sucks. And if Carson Wentz is out long term, the Colts are in deep shit. Like, they are in very deep shit. Like, I don't know what you do. Like, I really don't know what you do there. Yeah, I am absolutely surprised, too. Like, I thought they demanded way too much. Like, their interim GM should be fired on the spot for this. Absolutely. Like, I don't know why they're doing it, but it's fucking pathetic. It is terrible. Let's keep looking here. You have Tony Watson going back. Jan Gomes and Josh Harrison have been official. Peyton Battenfield, DJ Johnson, Jordan Luplow going to the Rays. Battenfield, I think, is probably, I'm not sure, but it's a prospect. Yep, Jorge Soler as the Marcelo Ozuna replacement for the season. Yep, Kris Bryant, Javi Baez, and Craig Kimbrel. They were aggressively pursuing Javi Baez and Craig Kimbrel in a blockbuster. Yep, and they got Baez. So that's absolutely not a bad piece of work right there. See how Morosi's going. This is probably about the end of where the big stuff is. I'm interested to see what Richard Rodriguez is. He still staying put? Yep, he's walking out of left field to join the rest of the Pirates. Yep, he's getting cheered. So that's a fake one. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like you should have traded them. So Rodriguez is still out there. So that's what I mean. I was hoping that Rich Rodriguez would be shipped off, but oh well. There's that. That does suck. I mean, I was hoping Rich Rodriguez would be shipped off. We'll keep going here. In the meantime, okay, let's keep going here. Mr. Scooter for 5. I think the Mets make another move since they only traded one prospect in the Baez deal. Did not come to pass. Terry D, 309. When did you sneak listening devices into my house? Ask if my wife I was asking about the Brewers. You bring them up. Just like you were reading her thoughts during the Super Bowl stream. No, I did not. I swear to God, dude. I have not done anything. Navy in Denver for 5. Thoughts on the Phillies deal for Kennedy and Gibson? Oh, Gibson is a great addition for them. So, like, that could be a legit starting rotation piece, bolstering to try and fix. And Ian Kennedy has had a reputation as a bullpen stud. He has not been the same, but at the same time, it is what it is. William Zabel for 5. Thank God weed is legal in Illinois. Yeah. I don't blame you, dude, especially with the Red Sox. Borelli, thoughts on the A's? Think they'll go for Story. Unfortunately, I think they tried, but they didn't. The Motor Cat himself for 5. The Yankees are morphing into the early 90s Detroit Tigers. All power, below average hitting, mediocre pitching. These Tigers, they were fucking old. Animals eating tasty people for 5. Hey, Tree, with Baez going to the Mets, do you think the Mets are done? Or do you think there's a move or two left for the Mets to make? Love the channel. I was guessing they were probably going for another pitcher, but they didn't like the prices. Alex Dumnick for 5. Bob Nutting traded to the depths of hell. Dude, we all wish. We all wish. John Pinkerton for 569. I know you're talking about baseball. Oh, God. Okay, I'm finally back. Ugh. Yeah, this is okay. Richard Rodriguez is apparently going to Atlanta. Hmm. So they did trade Rich Rodriguez. Interesting, very interesting. I like that move. I mean, they had to do something there, and I'm glad that Rich Rodriguez has been shipped off. That might be one of the last moves of the day. Yep, Richard for Young Guns, Harrison, John Lester. Yep, Jorge Soler. Nightingale. But yeah, it looks like Richard Rodriguez is going to Atlanta. Internet is brought to you by Juju's TikTok channel. Passan is saying Rodriguez to the Braves. Yep. I'm happy with that. I'm happy they moved him. Even if they didn't get much, that is always a good sign. That is a good sign that Richard Rodriguez has been shipped off. Let's take a look at Jeff Passan. Yep, Rich Rodriguez is going to Atlanta. Source tells ESPN. So they did what they had to do. It sucks, but I mean, that is truly announced. So Atlanta does make a few last-minute moves. Jorge Soler to Kansas City. Rich Rod going to Atlanta. And I know Josh Bell has not been traded. Bell really didn't have much, unfortunately. So this is fucking pathetic. Okay. Are we back? Good, we're back. Yeah, Josh Bell has not been traded. FYI. But going here. Stephen Frick, Cardinals fans, wow, Cubs blew up everything. That must be weird. Front office, we traded for J Happ. Cardinals fans. Oh, come on. Yep. We traded John Gant for J Happ. I agree. But yeah, this I'm so sorry about this internet, dude. That was the reason why I was it sucks. Sean Samiglia for 5. Kimbrel for Madrigal. That's a White Sox fan. I don't know if this is going to be a good trade. Yeah, I agree. Madrigal is a very steep price to pay. Dijubu for 5, considering the Nolan trade. I can't wait to see how insulted I get for whatever deal comes for Story. Dude, you should be even more insulted. You didn't even get a deal. That was bad. Like it is straight pathetic. I don't blame him. Big Ben watch porn on this Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's rough. I'm sorry. Like it's fucking hotel Wi-Fi. There's a reason why I tried not to do this, but Shafro for 2. No Bryant and me now. Yep, I agree. Joseph Flieger for 5. I blame Joe Madden for this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you did get a ring out of it, so whatever. That casual guy for 5, Tree, do a legacy of failure on the England national soccer team. 55 years after winning a World Cup, and they haven't gotten anything. They got really close last year, though. They got really close. We'll see. Crossroads Sports, new rendition of No Cubs No coming soon. Maybe. Maybe we'll see. Wait, did the Pirates got Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito? Bryce Wilson? Wasn't Bryce Wilson one of their top prospects? Let me look this up, because I remember seeing Bryce Wilson being considered like one of their best prospects. I mean, he's not the same as he was, but at the same time, like, you look up Ricky DeVito too. Yeah, he's a starter. He's probably going to fill in on the rotation. Like he's not like anything incredible, but at the same time, like that's actually not a bad return for Rich Rod. No, I want your minor league stats. I don't want your security shit. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Ricky DeVito at the same time, another strong pitcher. I think they did well here. Like it's Rich Rodriguez wasn't gonna get much value in terms of return. Like I'm okay with this. Like I am absolutely okay with that return. So you know what? I'm not pissed. I am not straight pissed. So yeah, Wilson is okay, but not great, never consistent. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're not going to get much for like a rich run. So that does make sense. Um, has anyone heard of the Twins what lately? They sold off a few pieces. They didn't really sell off much else. Anything else going on here? JJ Hill for 2. Should the Washington trade Josh Bell or Patrick Corbin? I don't know if anybody wants him for those cap hits. That's the only reason. Irvin Alvarado for 5. No Cubs, no. No Cubs, no. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? All your core pieces are out the door today. I couldn't get it. New updated lyrics? Yeah, I agree. Their core's done. Whispers of a Trey Mancini trade in Charm City. Happy he's staying, but why do you think the Orioles didn't pull the trigger? I think they're still trying to build, and Mancini still has value for a couple years. I think that's why. Same with John Means. Like, I don't think they like the Austin Davis for Michael Chavis, too. So Austin Davis is gone, too, for Michael Chavis. So Chavis, I think, was like, he's okay. Let me look up Michael Chavis real quick. I'm surprised they got something for Austin Davis. Like, Austin Davis was, he's a take it or leave it kind of guy for me. So, yeah, like, I mean, he's just body, I feel like. So, he's young. He has, like, prestige, like, the upside of being a first round pick. So, it's like, yeah, this is the kind of guy I'd expect for an Austin Davis. So, he had a decent start in 2019, but otherwise nothing. So, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito for the Braves for Rich Rod. See how everyone thinks. Singing to the Allegheny Pirates fleeced them. Bryce Wilson. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's probably a bullpen option because Pirates fleeced just to be traded. Well, Bryce Wilson isn't too bad. Like, the Braves don't really give up much because they have a lot of young pitching talent. So there's not much there. It is what it is. So I am not bad there. I know, like a lot of people are leaving. Free trees internet. It's hotel Wi-Fi, so that's why everyone's leaving, and it fucking sucks. So I'm probably gonna finish up in a few minutes. Evan Kramer for 10. Did Story miss the Greyhound bus out of Denver? If so, I'm so sorry for him, dude. They didn't even let him on the bus. Radovus for 5. Why the fuck aren't you using TweetDeck? Well, because I'm a fucking asshole and I'm lazy. That's why. Navy and Denver for 5. Thoughts on Philly getting Gibson and Kennedy? I like it for them. I agree, dude. Asher the 1 for 5. Low Rockies reign supreme for now and forever. Yeah, Low Rocks is it's fucking shit. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. It's rough. Mike M or Trek T-Rex Gaming for 2. Loved your All-Star Break haters guide. Yeah, I agree with that, dude. Thank you, brother. Mike M for 2. Are the Red Sox one of the losers of the deadline? No, not really. I mean, they got a nice acquisition in Kyle Schwarber, and like they didn't really have to give up that much, and I don't think they needed that much. So that's really Jenny for 5, Brian for Wade Jr. and Bart. That has proven to be false, thank God. Simpsons since 90. Quit Cubs, quit Cubs, quit. Hey, Chicago, what do you say, Kris Bryant and Avi Baez and Anthony Rizzo leaves today. From a Giants fan, thanks. Dude, I agree with that. Thank you. Mark and means being checked for 5 chances. Scherzer. Are we still on? I'm sorry, dude. It's like I had to reload my damn stream. And it's just it's like I'm probably gonna private this because it's bad. And I'm gonna finish up these super chats in the meantime, but in the most part, it's I'm going to figure content. I actually just got my first ever sports anchor job recently, and I'm super excited about it. Also glad Scopeson's still in Detroit. No real need to move him. Dude, congratulations, brother. It's a tough industry to break into. So, dude, I absolutely agree. I mean, it is a shitstravaganza. Yeah. The stream is brought to you by DuckDuckGo. I don't blame you, dude. I mean, I should get a mobile hotspot. Yeah, I really should. That wouldn't be a bad idea, especially for next time, because this is not for me. Anchor job, not for me. It's for Evan Sumowicz that had it there. Oh, I must have read it, but what happened was it probably cut off. So you were mentioning about Krejci, like he's a hell of a player for the Czech Republic, but I know he is moving to the Czech Republic. It's like a dad story. So that's why I feel like as I said, it keeps cutting off. I'm sorry, dude. Like I know, like I tried to answer every single one, but they probably got cut off, and I'm not able to see it. But yeah, as I said, like it's a hell of a loss for Boston, and I have a lot of respect for what he was as a player. Jay's trade with Arizona, yeah. Tom Brady for the Red Sox for Mookie Betts. I agree. Milwaukee Brewers, actually, that wouldn't be a bad option because of how loaded their starting rotation is. If they can get the hitting, that's not a bad idea. So that's not a crazy out of left field situation. Like, he is not good. Will Hector Neris show continue? I don't know. I mean, they've dumped him to 7th inning. He's better as like a 7th inning guy. They might try Ian Kennedy. They might try. Soria to the Blue Jays. Yeah. What would you do if the Mets win a World Series? Probably retire Mets, man. That would probably be my thing there. Thoughts on the Rockies crossing the deadline with Gray and Story still on the roster? It's fucking pathetic. Like, the Rockies are just the trash. It's they just need to contract. Boston sports are hemorrhaging right now. The radio shows on the way to work or something. Oh yeah, dude, they're fucking molding. The Yankees are upping them, and the Red and they want everyone fired. Yeah, I know how that is. I absolutely know how that is. But I will finish up these in the meantime. Jared Froman for 5. What surprises me is that the Detroit Tigers are within striking distance of second place in the AL Central. Dude, the AL Central has been very weak this year. So it absolutely makes sense. It is very weak for them. RC from the NYC for 5. Ken Phelps goes to the Mariners, and the Yankees obtained James Buhner for all-time state 2022. Thoughts on the Astros moves? I love what they're doing for the bullpen. I think they are really loading up, and I think they have a legit shot for a World Series, which makes it even angrier because they did not need to cheat. It's disgusting. And, I mean, they are really good, though. I mean, I do not blame them for trying to get Yimi Garcia and Kendall Graveman and a few other guys, so that absolutely makes sense for them to make moves like that. Out missing class, who do the Giants have to get for Kris Bryant? I think a couple of prospects. It was not Lamonte Wade and Joey Bart, as we were once thought to believe. It is going to be – look it up real quick. Alex Canario and Caleb Killian. Canario is the number 9 rated San Fran prospect. Killian is number 30. So not much there. So thank God. I thought they had overpaid, but I mean, Bryant got what it is. Jordan Lawler is signed his deal with Arizona. Absolutely agree with that. Apparently, Kumar Rocker might not sign his deal because of an injury issue. That's it. Pirates got Michael Chavis. Yeah, they did get Michael Chavis. What can you say about Rodriguez? Bryce's young pitcher, but Richard Rodriguez would be really nice as like an 8th inning guy. He's really blossomed from like a minor league invite to a really solid reliever. Like I don't think he's like elite, but I think he could be a really good asset for your bullpen. I think you've done well there. So you'll like Rich Rod. You'll absolutely like him in Atlanta if he is going to keep the same way he's doing. And you don't have to rely on him as a closer. I mean, like if he's an 8th inning guy, you're gonna love him. Errol Flambe for 5. Tree, today is my 26th birthday. Can I get a shout out and maybe send you a DM? I'd be honored to get your signature as my favorite YouTuber. Dude, happy birthday, brother. I'm sorry the stream has been absolute shit. Okay, are we back? Thank fuck. All right. Like this is. I'm sorry. Errol Flambe, dude, happy birthday! I just read your super chat, by the way. So I did get to that. If it did cut off, happy birthday, brother! You absolutely can send me a DM if you want, brother. So, dude, happy birthday! I appreciate it, man. All right, we're finally back again. Okay. Joe Libro for 5. What's your thoughts on the Red Sox this year and how will the Cubs versus Texans? Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing this. This fucking Wi-Fi is garbage. Gerald, I have not heard the Chris Chan news, so I'll probably have to look that up later if I can. But yeah, it's I'm gonna end the stream in a few minutes just to let you know. Like I was probably gonna end it anyway. Jared Froman, no Cubs, no Cubs, no. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The start of your rebuild begins today. Dude, I agree. Dude, it's the rebuild begins. Scrub God for 5. Honestly, I kind of knew that Bart for Wade for Bryant was BS because there was no way they trade Wade at all with how well he's playing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that issue too. It makes sense. And finally, Gerald Armour. Yeah, just to let you know, guys, I finished up everything. I'm going to call it because this stream has been just shit house. I mean, this is even worse than Yins or Ned, but it's it's rough. In terms of the early, God, yeah, I'm calling it off. I don't mind the Rich Rod trade. I think they needed to get rid of him. Bryce Wilson can be something, but otherwise, I'm calling it like this. I'm sorry about how bad this is. Like it's just been coughing up like every 5 minutes, like 5 seconds now. So otherwise, guys, I know like a bunch of you have already left, but have a great night. I'll see you guys.